Hey guys, and I hope you guys are doing okay today. So today I got some more info on the Mori and key reworks coming in the future. Less of a grind solution, which is cool. And finally, possible more scorch hooks perks coming in the future, which would be interesting. I'm getting all of this from the recent Dave Richard interview from DBD. Obviously a massive dev in Double Delight, you guys should know if you've been playing this game for some while. So I'll be breaking down all the cool parts from this, and as you can see on the screen right here, here's DBD Leaks' shout out by the way, because I got all the information from him. So, recap of most interesting parts in a recent interview of Dave Richard. We can expect more Scorch Hooks perks in the future. So, yeah, let's grind. Yeah, you guys kind of get it. So if you actually want to link to the video of this interview, go on DBD Leaks on Twitter right now, go follow them, and go onto the link and click it, and the video should be there on YouTube. So let's go over and break down the parts. So I'll try to make this as clear as I can, as you can see on the screen. So it says here, let me just zoom in on my phone because I cannot fucking see what I'm reading. Alright, a rework to keys that connects them to Moris was mentioned in the anniversary livestream. What are the challenges with balancing this key item? Will we see this change soon, or is it still far off? So I'm not gonna just be reading the yellow highlighted stuff. I'm gonna be reading all of it, so it kind of makes sense. I can't talk about when the change will happen yet. We're still in the prototyping and discovering phases right now. It is quite challenging to find the right recipe to make Moris and keys part of the normal flow of a match. We sought to make sure the Moris and key are not so much of a surprise, but is more something a player can work towards. And it's understood in all match that this is a sort of event that can happen, so the victory is not stolen from you. So far it seems like Moris and key are both going to be balanced around the skill and something you can actually earn, rather than you kind of just finding them and just having it. So you can just have it without you actually earning it, if that makes any sense. That's what they're working towards, which is kind of interesting, but at the same time can be worrying, because when the devs make decisions like this, most of the time they do not go well, especially with lately. So hopefully they nerf keys to shit. I'm not trying to sound like a killer main, just being honest. And hopefully they actually make Moris something interesting, rather than you just putting it on and having to wait the second hook. Obviously Moris is still viable in my opinion, but they're still boring. I feel like even the Mori before was nerfed, like it was cool to use because it's so OP, but at the same time there's nothing really to it, no skill, and it's the same with this, no skill. So hopefully they actually try and make it interesting like they say here, but who knows, we'll have to wait on that. Let's go into the bottom left. So releasing so many characters and perks each year makes it exponentially more difficult to get exactly what you want. The team is looking into lowering this grind and giving players access to perks they want much faster in more of a permanent way. So it seems like they could add like a little search bar in the web, or maybe, how's this making sense? Let's say if you wanted a perk that is for solo queue. Let's say if you wanted perks that could help your teammates, so perks like Kindred, Borrow Time, you guys kind of get it. What other perks are there that help solo queue and just survivors in general? For the people, you guys kind of get my point. Perks like those, maybe that's like a specific category. Let's say if you wanted a perk that stuns the killer, a DS, a head on. You guys kind of get even more. Another perk that stuns killers is Flashbang. Maybe you want to find a perk that helps you go faster, so Sprint Burst, Balanced Landing, Life, Dead Hard, shit like that. So they're all categorized, and you can work your way in the Blood Wars towards those. That's just my kind of idea anyway. That'd be pretty cool, but hey, who knows, we'll have to wait and see. Let's go to the top right. So Pinhead's perk, Scourge Hook. So obviously it's the puts reward and twist on killers, hook and survivors. We can expect to see more of them in the future. Well, can we? That's the question. So Scorch Hooks is something that we'll see more of in the future. Just like when we first introduced Hex perks for the Hag, Scorch perks is the type we want to create new gameplay space in, so we can explore and play around with the hooks with these new type of perks. So it's basically like Hex perks in terms of there's going to be more than one, but just different kind of ways of it. Like obviously you got Hex perks like Hex Ruin that slows down gens. You got Devour that helps you pressure survivors with insta downs and Moris. You got stuff like third seal where you can't see the auras, stuff like that. That's what we're gonna do with these kind of hooks, but I don't know how it'll work. Maybe there's a perk, a hex that, or maybe it's something like a hex. Maybe it's gonna be similar where maybe a hook gives you extra blood points or iridescent shards XP. Who knows? This is something. This is speculative. Maybe this hook makes the timer go faster. Maybe survivors who save get injured. Just something like that. I know it may seem a bit OP, but you know, it's speculation. They could work towards something like that, which in my opinion will be pretty cool. Just different variables of it. And finally we have more changes to the Moris. Okay, so for Moris being on a change as well, did you want to change them so they will be more surprising as an encounter, or one Moris more simply under or overperforming and needed a change? So I'm gonna read all of it as usual. The latest tweak to the Moris system did not make that powerful or that annoying in our opinion, so it wasn't strong enough. We have also seen through surveys that players think so as well. They're not as toxic as they were a year ago or 2 years ago. So balance is not our only goal with the system. We want to make sure Moris are part of the normal gameplay loop in a match, that we can expect them, and that when it happens is really fun. So they're basically saying Moris do not feel special anymore, because at least before, yeah, they were OP, but it was something cool, you know. You got to skip 2 hooks to skip a Mori, and every player liked that. It was mainly used for toxicity, but it was something still cool in my opinion. But it does not feel special anymore as much as it did, although it's toxic. Another goal is potentially see them more often in the cooler ways. So Moris are really fun when it happens, so we want to make sure they're highlighted not only through the use of an offering. We're also going to add counterplays to survivors, so they were able to do something like prevent a Mori kill. It'll be similar to how Maya's feeds obviously stalk. If you see the killer stalking, you know Mori will happen. So this is going to be fucking interesting, because this tells us specifically, that you can now counter Moris when a killer has it. Like an example where Maya stalks you, obviously you can counter that, because you know he's going to obviously get it up. You can just hide somewhere, just, you know, hide in the bush, run around walls, so you know it's about to happen where he's going to get higher up in his power, but you can prevent that just like a Mori. That's an example right there. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. That's the update. Remember, the news I was talking about is the update and what could happen, because you remember, we actually don't know what's going to happen yet. No gameplay yet, no images. All we know is that these are actually coming in. That's the whole news, that these are still actually happening, but we don't know when, we don't know how, and I can't wait. So we're just left to speculate really. But yeah, anyways, what you thought, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.